And welcome back to 10 out of 10 with Watch Again with Lauren and Ross.
Hello.
How yous all doing? It's really warm, isn't it? Everybody coping all right? To be fair, as the resident pasty person of this house, Ross, you've got a good tan. You look like you've been in the Costa del Sol for 2 weeks.
What a Greek god.
Whereas I feel a bit like a burnt rotisserie chicken, do you know what I mean? And as well, I mean, listen, we love our cats, but we're really regretting getting cats this week when you can't really open a window properly.
I know.
I'm getting cooked in my own home.
Little bastards.
So, anyway, down to business. We were going to do Troy in honour of the Odyssey coming out. And then the legend, icon and star that is Sam Neill passed away. So we immediately pivoted and we were like, we need to do something in honour of Sam Neill. We've already done Jurassic Park, but it's all the way at the back of the catalogue, so good luck with that. And we went to Instagram and we were like, is there any like specific Sam Neill movie you want us to do? And everybody threw in loads of, like, it was loads of different movies, but the kind of common thread was like the Sam Neill horror movies.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've picked a couple that we're going to focus on, but you know us, there'll be plenty of tangents elsewhere, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're going to cover kind of the horror edition of Sam Neill. I don't know. When we figure out a title, you'll have already seen it.
He made a lot of movies.
Yeah. Also, before we dive in, just want to do a quick shout out to Final Girls Glasgow. It's a monthly movie group that I am a part of. I have talked about the gals several times on the podcast, and Vanessa, who was on a couple of weeks ago, I met her through Final Girls. But the reason I bring the gals up is because we did a Sam Neill month last month, and Emma, the CEO and founder, she made like Sam Neill transfer tattoos, and we were all cutting about with like Sam Neill tattoos, and we watched like In the Mouth of Madness, which I will get into.
Yes.
And just kind of spoke about our love of the bold Neill, and like tagged him in like every post we put up. We were like, please, Sam, know that we love you. So I am going to mention the gals several times. Basically, really, this episode should be sponsored by Final Girls, the amount of times I'm going to talk about them. But yeah, shout out to the gals. All of them are great. Follow them on Instagram. If you don't, come along. It's a good laugh. But also just in honour of the Final Gals, here is Sam Neill. Yeah. So we'll start off with Possession.
Jesus.
Which is, hold on, gals, hold on. Let us land. We'll start off with Possession, which is like his second horror movie, but also his biggest horror movie. And when I say biggest, I mean controversial in italics.
It's probably got the most plaudits than, like, there probably is bigger horror movies he's done, but this is like his most critically acclaimed.
Yes, and like this movie was like banned for years in the UK for being a quote unquote video nasty, and it was banned in the US for a while as well. It was banned in the US for like disturbing content and stuff like that. So, you know, we went in to watch it, and I was like, okay, like I've heard all this stuff, but I've heard the movie is incredible. Let's give it a swatch. And it is a movie what we have watched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, my first.
Let me jump into the general overview first.
All right, okay.
Right, okay. So, Possession, 1981. General overview. Is it a possession, the effects of black mold, or the world's most toxic marriage?
Yeah,
like, really just pick one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ross. I brutally interrupted you there.
No, like, basically, all I've got to say for this is very European.
Yes.
Very avant-garde.
Yes.
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, the best bit about this movie, Berlin. Oh, Berlin. Remember Berlin? We had a great time in Berlin. We had a great time in Berlin. I want to go back. He's a curry pot. Yeah, no, I think that this movie is a melodrama, and the performances are melodramatic as fuck. Like, everyone is at a 15. Like, 15 out of 10.
From the first second.
Do you know what I mean? And, like, this is young Sam Neill. And, like, Sam Neill is great in this movie. And whenever he's on screen with Isabella Adjani. Isabella.
So.
Yeah, cool. Like, sorry, Isabella, if I butchered your name. But anytime the two of them are on screen together, like, they are it's not that they're trying to outact each other, because one thing about Sam Neill as an actor is he's never hamming it up. And what I mean, like, he's never trying to steal the scenes.
No,
do you know
no,
what I
no.
mean? Like, Sam Neill's always hamming it up, but I just mean, like, he's never trying to steal the scenes. He's always like, he seems quite gracious, and a lot of like the actors and actresses that have worked with him, of like, obviously all the tributes have been coming out all week, and they've all just said, like, what a gentleman, what a pleasure to share the screen with. Like, he gives you your moment. And when the two of them are on screen together, they are both fucking nuts.
Yes.
But like, and when I say this movie is incredibly overstimulating, it is purely just because they're always screaming at each other. The camera is like right in their face all the time. Like, we had to pause it halfway through just to be like, can I breathe for a second? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how I would have dealt with this movie in the cinema. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this movie is very hard to watch.
Yeah.
And what I've got here is, I don't think it's the subject matters, but I just find something very like, I can't even think of the word. Do you know what I mean?
It's a pure claustrophobic movie, isn't it? And do you know that way we were like, maybe we watched it at the wrong time, because we watched it on a Friday night after an incredibly long week at work. We were a bit mentally drained.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, maybe we're not in the position to, take on this movie. But then after sitting with it a couple of days, I was like, when is the right time to watch this movie? Like, I don't know if I would ever be in the mood for this movie again. And I don't know if that's just because, like, I don't know, maybe if I'd watched this movie when I was younger, I'd have been like, oh my God, this movie's insane and blah, 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 and I loved it. And I don't think I didn't like it. It's been a couple of days and I'm still sitting with it. But I do realise it sounds like we're slagging the movie. We are not slagging Sam Neill.
Oh yeah, this isn't a movie you can slag the performances. It's just
absolutely not
everything around them.
Yeah, like, Sam Neill doesn't blink in this entire movie. Like, and he's very, he gives very, like, fresh out of drama school vibes. And again, I mean that in the best way possible, of that, like, you can see that this guy is trying. Do you know what I mean? And you had a point on that, Ross.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know if this is controversial, maybe people don't agree with me. Yeah, I do believe that Sam Neill becomes a better actor once he gets older.
Yeah, like, kind of marinades in himself a wee bit. Yeah.
I think because he's in his 40s for Jurassic Park. I think that's when you start seeing, like, he really comes into himself as an actor.
Yeah, I do feel like when you watch a lot of his younger performances, like, you can see that he's trying, but, like, you can see that he is acting with a capital A. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when he gets a bit older, he relaxes into it. And I suppose you could say that about everybody in every field. Do you know what I mean? The longer you're doing it, the more chilled you are doing it and stuff. And you can really see that because one thing about Sam Neill's career is he makes some mental movie choices.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, like, we were talking about this when we were trying to decide what Sam Neill movies to do. And it's like, he's had such a varied career, but I feel like he's always been seen as, like, the world's greatest supporting actor. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And Sam Neill is the one. I know you don't believe in this theory, but even if Sam Neill is in a pish movie, Sam Neill is never pish, ever. You think he is when he's younger, but
I don't think that he's pish. I think that it took him a while to find his acting style.
Yes.
When he was younger, it was, like, relying on very, like, theatrical, like, very intense.
And you can tell, you can really tell.
But then as he got into, like, playing Alan Grant in Jurassic Park and that, he's more grumpy or mellowed out.
Yeah.
And that suits him better.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I feel that he shows a better range. Well, he did show a better range from the 90s onwards than all his earlier stuff.
Yeah.
And there is people do complain that Sam Neill plays Sam Neill in everything.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's like Sam Neill with a twist. Do you know what I mean? I don't think you're wrong, but then I also think if you're hiring an actor that you like to do things, you're also hiring them because of the person that they are, if you get what I mean.
No, 100%.
Like, and Sam Neill's not like a method actor. He's not there's no ponce about Sam Neill. Do you know what I mean? He'll show up, he'll give you a great performance, and he will leave. Do you know what I mean?
I don't really agree with this like, oh, it's just Sam Neill because of the like the range he has like shown in movies, like even TV shows like Peaky Blinders.
Oh my God, yeah, like
he's phenomenal in that.
100%. And like Cillian Murphy and Sam Neill go toe to toe.
Oh, 100%.
And that's like, do you know what I mean? That's nuts to me. Like,
yeah. I think he just figured out that he doesn't need to try as hard and it is more natural.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people just love Sam Neill, because there is this kind of natural quality about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys that you're like, I could go to the pub with you. Do you know what I mean? And then,
oh yeah,
even like his stuff, like when he was on like Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and it's just like daft things over COVID. Like, he would just film himself going for a walk with his pigs. Like, do you know what I mean? And you're just like, what a guy Sam Neill is.
Yeah, I just think it's cool, especially with Sam Neill. It's the most noticeable how you can see a change. Like, I get with Possession, it is a very dramatic movie.
Absolutely,
it was filmed to be like this intense thing, but even with stuff like The Omen, Omen 3, you can see it in him there, but...
The fresh out of drama school, yeah.
To see him grow, like, in the span of even, like, from 80 to 93, you see him becoming, like, this A-lister, like, who can and does do summer blockbusters.
And what a privilege that is to watch certain actors, like, from when they're really young all the way, like, to have such a vast career that Sam Neill's had, and be in as many things, many iconic things that Sam Neill's been in, and like, he always gets a chance. Do you know what I mean? Everybody is like, well, everybody was like, it feels weird talking about him in the past tense, like, do you know that way? It's like, you just kind of are always like, oh, what's Sam Neill up to? It feels weird talking about him in the past tense.
You think he's going to live forever?
Aye, absolutely. Sorry, back to Possession. But like, just a wee tangent of like, oh, Sam Neill. I missed... So the girls at Final Club, first mention, love this movie. And they did like a meet-up for this movie a couple of months ago, but I missed it. And I'm kind of annoyed that I missed it, because then I could steal some of their beautifully eloquent thoughts and pass them off as my own. But so I might get kicked out the club now for being like, I don't know what Possession was. And if anybody wants to sit me down and explain Possession to me and explain like why it was the way it was and what was, do you know that way? Like, I think I know what was going on. It was just that I think it was just incredibly overstimulating for how tired I was when we watched it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm willing to give it the chance. But also, like, they are remaking this movie, which has been that's been the talk of the town in Final Girls headquarters, because they're remaking it with Margaret Qualley, Callum Turner, and Paul Dano got announced today.
Nice.
And the gals ain't happy, man. And part of me wonders if, like, what would a remake of this movie look like in, I don't even know when it would come out, 2027, 2028, but like, because this movie just drops you slap bang in the middle. Like, you get barely any explanation.
No build up, nothing.
It's just, he gets out the taxi and it's like, our marriage is failing. Do you know what I mean? And then it goes up Schitt's Creek from there. Do you know what I mean? But I wonder how it would work these days. Like, would you... Because, again, this movie just lets you figure out as it's going. Do you know what I mean? Would the melodramatic performances work in this day and age? Would they over-explain everything? Would they be a bit more heavy-handed with, is it a possession, or... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think they're probably going to need to tone it down, but then I don't know if this movie works if it's toned down.
Yeah, like, would it lose its edge? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that as in, like, you are on the edge of a knife watching this movie.
Yeah, because even, like, the B characters, I assume Paul Dano's going to play Heinrich.
Yeah, he's going to be the quote-unquote eccentric lover.
Yeah. How does he play that? Like, because Heinrich's he's off the scale in this.
Yeah.
Does Paul Dano give you that?
I mean, all right, Tarantino comes in. No, get out.
I think Paul Dano's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Does he give you the same as that, or is it going to be? Are they going to make it lean into the horror, lean into the drama? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are they going to lean into? Because I don't think they can make it as expansive as this one is.
Yeah, and also I wonder where it will be set, because this movie was filmed during the Cold War Berlin, like in West Berlin specifically, and the director kind of used Berlin as like a story point of like how divided they were. Like the wall is like the Berlin Wall is a barrier in this movie. Do you know what I mean?
That's like the biggest slap in the face metaphor you're going to get.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So like, I wonder, even like changing the setting, where are you putting that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I am not as invested in this movie as some of the other gals and other people out there are. So I'll watch the remake when it comes out. I will sit back and I'll be like, but I'm also happy to hear that the other girls are like, burn it with fire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a hard movie to redo and do it well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Callum Turner's got some huge, intense, melodramatic bits to fill.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about this with Sam Neill, is he throws himself about. Like, they both do. My only issue is, I think, it's not even an issue, is that Isabella Gianni kind of overshadows.
She's going for it, man. Yeah. She's going for it. But no, totally, like, the two of them, they are like this isn't just like a performance. This is like a full-bodied performance. Yeah. Like, neither of them are holding back. Although, when he hits her, a couple of the slaps look a bit dodgy. But listen.
I said that to you at the time. It's like, when you see it, because obviously it's badly cut and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, this, like, that wouldn't even hurt a pillow.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, it's just one of those things, but I would like to have seen him, because, like, obviously this is about, like, a divorce. Like, the guy who wrote this was going through a divorce as he wrote it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have seen Sam Neill probably maybe try and be more manic, as she's going manic. And I get there's other things like weird psychic squids and all that.
Yeah. Wait a...
I would like to have seen him match her more.
Yes, that's absolutely fair. I mean, I always think it's interesting when you see people create things in these like deeply traumatic and pivotal events of their life, you know? Like, one of the bigger ones is Spike Jonze and Sofia Coppola. Like, she made Lost in Translation about their divorce, and he made that movie Her, the Joaquin Phoenix one, where he falls in love with his phone. And like, it is interesting when you watch them together, because you're like, oh god, this is like they're taking the same divorce and like they're complete opposite sides of it. And I always think that's really interesting. But if the director made this after going through a divorce, what the fuck was their divorce like?
Yeah,
like, Christ.
That must have been really, really bad.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. Anyway, we'll carry on with the rest of the movies, because I feel like if we talk about Possession anymore and slander it, I'll get kicked out of movie club.
Yeah.
We'll touch slightly on The Omen 3, because obviously that was like his first horror movie. It's the third installment in the Omen franchise, and this is where Damien Thorne, he's like an evil tycoon, would you say?
Yeah, so from like the overview and that, he's an ambassador of the United States, but he also owns Thorne Industries.
Yeah, who kind of seem like they do a bit of everything.
Yeah, there seems to be like a whole like, they're going to help feed the world and all that. There's like a lot of good stuff, but obviously it turns out he's fucking Damien.
Yeah, it's the Omen 3, guys. If you don't know who Damien Thorne is, don't watch the film, do you know what I mean? But like we were saying for the Possession, like, this is really when this is theatre school Sam Neill, do you know what I mean? But again, there's something so magnetic about Sam Neill, and I don't know if it's the level of mascara and eyeliner that he's got in this movie, but like,
yeah, that it gets like, because what is it, about halfway through, 3/4 way through, I say his eyeliner's getting like bigger. Is that the right word? Like,
he's going for a bold, smoky eye today.
Like, what the fuck's that all about?
But like, see, for this movie being an absolute pile of pants, right?
Oh, it's garbage.
And I listen, I'm sorry if anyone out there is like an avid Omen fan. The first Omen is good, as in like the original Omen is good, and the first Omen, the prequel, is good. Yeah. Omen 2 and 3 and the remake, fuck off. Yeah, like, absolutely fuck off.
They're not great.
No.
I think they kind of murdered that franchise.
Absolutely. But see, for this movie being a pile of guff, it gets really dark. Like, like Damien, it gets the stars are aligning, and it's not the Messiah. They're not saying Jesus is coming back, but it's kind of something like that, isn't it?
He's not the Messiah.
He's a very naughty boy.
Yeah, it's basically the baby Jesus was born, is it not?
Baby Jesus is born.
I'm not going to lie to you, Lord. We put it on just on a whim because Sam Neill popped up.
Yeah.
Didn't pay that much attention.
No, 100%. But anyway, if the stars aligned and the Messiah was coming, or whatever, the Lord's warrior against the Antichrist,
baby
right?
Jeebus,
Yeah, baby Jeebus. And then Sam Neill as the Antichrist is like, okay, cool, we need to kill every single baby boy who was born on the 14th of March.
March 24th it is.
That's it. Between midnight and dawn. And it's like, and then you see all these people, like, and you see all these people on the phone trying to get other people to like murder these Waynes, and then there's like a weird montage where like you know what they're doing, which makes it grimmer, and they're all like turning off oxygen machines, hitting mothers with footballs so that the Wayne goes into the street. It got really dark really quickly. Like, for all this movie is a pile of guff, I was like, Sam Neill, you evil bastard, man.
This is a hard one to think he's acting because it's not great.
Yeah.
It's everybody in it. It's kind of the standards you'd expect for a third installment in a franchise.
Yeah, the final conflict.
Yeah, and weirdly, the movie's shit, but there's some parts of it like this is actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
The cheesiness and like the hamminess of the bad acting. Some of it's like, nah, I can fuck with this.
Absolutely. I mean, watch Roman 3 if you've seen the other ones. Do you know what I mean? Watch it just for Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Like early little baby boy Sam Neill. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this won't annoy you as much as watching The Godfather 3 after they two, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. The Omen coda. And we'll touch a wee tiny bit on In the Mouth of Madness. We watched it because, again, like I said earlier on, the Final Girls chose that as the Sam Neill movie of the month. And I think everybody was more gutted that it wasn't the next movie that we're going to discuss, right? But what's nuts about In the Mouth of Madness is this came out after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So this is like Sam Neill in his prime. And this movie does not feel like a movie you would make in your prime. This is like John Carpenter at the height of his drug addiction. And if Stephen King and Lovecraft were also in The Wicker Man, do you know what I mean? It's an odd film, but like, again, see, for all it was odd and I thought it was pretty guff, I enjoyed myself. And I think I enjoyed myself because you're watching Sam Neill just have a laugh. Like, maybe this was Sam Neill's kitchen renovation movie, do you know what I mean? But
yeah, like, this feels like a movie that should have been like straight after The Omen and Possession.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, when we were watching it, we were saying, when did this come out? It's going to be like 83 or something.
100%.
No. You come off summer blockbuster making like $1 bajillion in Jurassic Park, then this. I was like, that. It was the most bizarre fucking choice. And I wonder if this is one that he kind of got, like, he signed on for before Jurassic Park.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's the only thing I can think of. Because I don't feel any other actor. Now, it's brave of him to do it.
Absolutely.
I don't feel any other actor makes this after making a movie like that.
And I wonder if it's one of those movies where it's like, fuck it, I want to work with John Carpenter. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I suppose the guy does Halloween. Aye, fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah, totally. Tangent 24. I watched a video today of Walton Goggins. Sorry, that name does not go with the Glasgow accent. Walton Goggins. Big Walton Goggins, mate.
Yeah, go on, Walton.
I watched a video about him talking about like different bits through his career.
Yeah.
And I forgot that he was in Django.
Also, yes, yeah.
Right?
Aye.
But like, he went to the audition and he read like for a part and Tarantino was like, thank you. And Walton was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm reading this entire script to you. And he was like, getting this movie is of no consequence to me. I just want to read the words that you have written with you in the room. And Tarantino was like, are you shitting me? And Walton Goggins was like, no, I'm going to just sit here and do the whole thing. And Tarantino was like, okay, cool. And then like a couple of months later, Tarantino was like, do you want to come and play and we'll make something up and we'll just find a character for you? And like, do you know what I mean? And the reason I bring that story up is because I wondered if that was Sam Neill being like, I want to work with John Carpenter. Yeah. I want to stand with the guy and ask him about Halloween. Do you know what I mean?
I like Halloween. One of my favourite movies.
I've got a free weekend. On you go, John Carpenter. Put me in your film.
It is weird to me, but I'm also like, not that he didn't care, but he would take chances.
Yeah, and like, again though, Sam Neill is one of those actors, and I think I think because he was such a nice person, like again, never knew him personally, but from all the tributes coming in, they feel genuine, you know, like
Yeah.
you can sniff the shite patter coming off people when it's like they lit up a room, blah blah blah. But it really does feel like it feels like there's a hole in the world now that Sam Neill's not in it.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? And I think obviously we're having like such a great reputation and being as good as Sam Neill is, you're given the grace to take these mad chances that
Aye, 100%.
not a lot of other actors would have had a career afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's not many that can do it, and I think everybody's like acting career now is like so carefully curated.
Yes.
Whereas he was just like, you know what? I'm going to do all these movies, and fuck it, I'm Mick Merlin.
Absolutely. Don't you fuck with me on Merlin,
Yeah,
Ross.
that's
Don't
it,
you
isn't it?
fuck with me on Merlin.
Is it how many actors? Well, I think there's a bit of a shift now, given the amount of money in television.
Yes.
Like, well, not to streaming, sorry. Streaming, fuck you, Amazon. But it's like, he would go and do these Hollywood movies of like, is it NBC or HBO?
Yeah.
We're doing like a fucking 50-part Merlin. I'm in.
100%.
Like, there's not a lot of money in it, and the CGI and that shit. I don't give a fuck. I want to play Merlin.
100%. The cast for Merlin is insane.
Stunning.
Rutger Hauer, Sam Neill, Isabella Rossellini, Martin Short, Helena Bonham Carter. Like,
Yeah.
it goes on and on and on. Do you know what I mean? I think Merlin, I mean, I don't know. My sister or my parents can decide what is true. I don't know if I saw Jurassic Park first or if I saw Merlin first.
Yeah.
But Merlin is the greatest 3 hours of your fucking life. And they made a sequel.
Yeah.
There's like another 2-part miniseries. That was the thing, see, when it was Sam Neill month and everyone was talking about like what their favourite Sam Neill performances were, and I was just like, Merlin. Like not even a hint of irony. I was just like, it's Merlin. Like, I could say Jurassic Park. I could say any other one of the movies that we're about to talk about, but I didn't. I stuck with Merlin.
I mean, that's it. Merlin came out in 98, so this is Sam Neill, as I was saying, matured actor and all that. Still just wants to have a laugh. Then he must have loved that much at 2006. You say he fucking does a miniseries of the sequel.
Fucking yes, Sam Neill.
Like what actors do that? Like if you were a young up and coming actor now, you don't do this.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else nowadays that would be able to pull something off like that, to go from like the highest heights to like a wee tiny Merlin thing. Do you know what I mean?
Like
it's a pure Channel 5 TV show. Do you know what I mean?
And do you know what though? It is fucking fantastic.
Yes. Sorry, gentle viewers, if you can hear a bell in the background, Jurassic won't leave us alone because we are in the coldest room in the house, so you are just going to need to deal with it.
Jurassic hates Sam Neill. Arsehole cat.
Even though he's named after it, do you know what I mean?
Fucking letdown.
And that leads us beautifully into the next movie that we're about to discuss in depth, which, again, if anybody's a huge fan, don't listen to Ross and only listen to me, okay? We're about to talk about Event Horizon. General overview of Event Horizon. A space rescue mission goes hellishly wrong. See what I did there?
Hey, tough guy.
Now, this was my first time watching this movie. Ross said you said you watched it when you were a kid.
I watched it years ago.
Yeah. So this was my first time watching it, and I went in so fucking blind, and what a ride. And this is another one that is a Final Girls favourite, but I've never seen it. So whenever they would like bring it up, and when it was Sam Neill month and they were like, Event Horizon, I was just nodding and smiling and going, hi, and just kind of quietly whispered to a few of the girls, I've never seen it. Like, do you know what I mean? Didn't want to put out myself as a dick. And it really confused me because I was like, this is a horror movie group. Why are we talking about space? I get it, ladies. I get it. What a ride this movie is. And if you have never seen Event Horizon, skip 10 minutes ahead and go into this movie as blind as you possibly can. Don't look up anything about it. What a time that was had.
No.
I had a great time. Ross moaned the entire way through it.
It's not even called... The idea of this movie, fantastic. No, I'm just going to say it now, fuck it. See Paul W.S. Anderson?
Yes.
See, for people who don't know, this guy... I mean, I was ranting about this to Lorna at the time, is... See, given the movies he's done and everything that's been made for him, like, he done Resident Evil, done Monster Hunter, like, he's made so many, like, big franchises, like like already big video game franchises and media
Yeah.
franchises. He should be like one of the fucking greatest directors ever. See if this was in like a better director's hands,
Yes.
this would be fucking fantastic, phenomenal. And I think I just don't like him, right? But like, there's so many parts of this movie. I'm like, the idea's cool, but fuck me, does it not land?
I liked it. Just for people, I mean, I just really liked the twist of that we're in space, but we're in hell. Do you know what I mean? Like, literal hell. Like, this movie is like if Hellraiser met an alien movie mixed in with a 9 Inch Nails music video. And I fuck with that. I really fucked with that. I thought it was really refreshing that, like, we're not just stuck in space. We've actually went to a hell dimension, or not even a hell dimension. We've went to hell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I would like to have, because I do know there was issues where like they had to cut a lot of the hell stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because I've got a wee bit about that. Yeah. Carry on.
I do feel though that it maybe could have been brought in earlier, because the first like half an hour of this is basically just alien.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do feel there could have been more sprinklings of it to start with, because there is just like halfway through this, there's just a pure tonal shift.
See, I really didn't mind it. Yeah, Emma, CEO of Final Girls, this is one of her favourites. And when I told her we were going to talk about it, she was, yeah, so this is why you can't slag it too much, because I'll get papped at a movie group. Like, but she was saying that apparently in the director's cut, there was 30 minutes extra of hell, and it was like really explicit gore and sex scenes and all this kind of stuff. But they stored the film in a salt mine, and that fucked up the film.
Yeah, why the fuck? Like, see, when you tell me that was it, well, how does that make sense? Salt Light is going to murder films?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe this is when he was trying to chat up Mila Jovovich and was like, fuck it, I'll get that movie when I get to it. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, fuck it, I'm going to. It's so frustrating because, like, the plot and all that. I mean, I'm not a big sci-fi guy, as you all know.
Yeah.
But this did have so much promise, and it's got such a stacked cast.
Oh my God. Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill, Jason Isaacs. I can never remember that woman's name, but she's in the 101 Dalmatians movie.
Thingy Richardson. Jolie Richardson?
Oh my God, is that her?
Yeah.
Is that not Liam Neeson's wife that died? Oh no, she's his sister.
That's Natasha Richardson.
Oh, so she's her sister?
I think so. Aye.
Right, okay. Aye. Sean Pertwee as well.
Oh, I shout it, big man.
Big up dog soldiers. Do you know what I mean?
Jason Isaacs.
Now, see, as soon as I saw Jason Isaacs, especially Jason Isaacs with a buzz cut, I was like, fucking Jason Isaacs is the bad guy. He is the fucking bad guy. So the gasp that I gasped when it was Sam Neill the whole time. And I love when Sam Neill's a bad guy because he's so delicious when he does it. He's just, do you know what I mean? He's so charming that he's an arsehole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, yes, Sam Neill, yes. See the bit where, you know, we finally, like, we are in hell and he wants to go back to hell.
Yeah.
And he, like, sews up his eyes and you see him just sitting in the chair. Fuck off. That is so creepy.
Aye, that's the famous line, isn't it? Where we're going, we don't need eyes.
Yeah. But like, honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this movie. But I think I enjoyed myself because I didn't know anything about it. Like, when I told my sister we were doing this as well, she told me that her and my nanny Kathy of Braveheart fame went to see this because they just thought it was going to be Sam Neill in space. So they were shocked when they both
shit themselves.
Yeah. Like both left a bit traumatized.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I just feel this movie, the acting in that's phenomenal, and Sam Neill is great in it. Like, you see him slowly going into madness and that, and like, it's not done too bad. I just think everything else lets this movie down.
Yeah. Fair enough. Also, big up to Sam Neill, the man of representation. I saw that in this movie, on the side of his spacesuit is the Australian flag, but they've taken away the stars and added in the Aborigine flag. Because that's what he thought the Australian flag would look like in 2047. So there's still time trips. Do it in honour of Sam Neill.
Aye.
Come on, Australia. Even though he's from New Zealand.
Yeah, born in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Because fucking everywhere.
But honestly, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm the same as you. Like, It's not that I don't like sci-fi, it's that it takes me a while to come round to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've been burned too many times by sci-fi to walk into it willingly. Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of stuff that's too easily explained away. See, like with writers and that, I think they kind of write themselves into a corner where it's like, right, how the fuck have we got here? Oh, we'll just make up something.
I will just say it's cause space. Do you know what I mean? Cause space.
Like, how did they get to the idea that they can get into a hell dimension? Is that, oh, we created this gravitational fucking thing? Like,
yeah.
It's just all jargon, and that kind of kills it for me.
Yeah, because the only bit I'd ever seen of this movie before we watched it was the bit where he takes the Playboy centerfold and puts the pen through it and tries to explain, like, which apparently is one of the more scientifically accurate ways of explaining that.
Like, there is theories and that of it, but it's just why, like, how did they? I just that, and is it okay? Like, you're just told to accept it because I don't know any better.
Because space.
Yeah, that's it basically.
But no, like, honestly, I just thought this was such a fresh take on a sci-fi movie. Like how many movies have you seen that is a space rescue mission gone wrong? Do you know what I mean? The entire fucking Alien franchise, every movie is based on it, apart from Alien 3, where it's like a space jail. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many movies have you watched where it's like, oh, we need to go and rescue this thing in space? And then, but they're not going to hell dimensions, are they? They're not doing that. No, I was kind of waiting because I watched Hellraiser recently for one of the meetups. I'd never seen Hellraiser before, and when we were like in the middle of Event Horizon, I kept waiting for like a Cenobite to appear and be like, pain and pleasure.
Oh,
like,
yeah, like as I say, this needed a better director, not the guy who done Mortal Kombat like 2 years before it. That's basically my only takeaway for this is better director. This would have been one of the like greatest sci-fi movies ever.
Yeah, but please don't remake it because you'll just butcher it.
You couldn't possibly do this justice now.
I don't think you could make it now because they would put the twist in the trailer. And
they would give the whole movie away in the trailer. Yeah,
because when we watched the trailer, again, went in super blind, watched the trailer before we watched the movie, and that was it. And even watching the trailer, I can't remember now if there is bits in it, but I wasn't sitting there being like, hell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It is a cool idea, but it always gets my goat, that movie.
Yeah. But honestly, I love when Sam Neill is a right bad bastard. Yeah. And I love when he's a creepy psycho in movies. Do you know what I mean?
I do enjoy, like, obviously your first, like, introduction of Sam Neill, especially at our age, is more likely Jurassic Park. Yeah. So you're thinking of him as this. He was one of these guys that I thought was just always that old.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's weird seeing him when he's young because you're like, nah. But then even when he's young, his face is still heavy lined. You know what I mean?
But it's like, even for the stuff we've watched, he's been bad bastards in a lot of it.
And it's so good. He's so good at it.
Like, I never pictured him as a bad guy, but I was like, you're a bad guy most times you do, actually.
Yeah. Totally. But like you say, though, it's because, like, even in Jurassic Park, like, for all he's this, like, grumpy guy that hates kids, but about halfway through, he's like, don't worry, children, I shall protect you from the T-Rex. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Sam Neill is, like, everybody's uncle growing up. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's the world's uncle. Like, right, shall we shimmy into another movie that might not be as good as Event Horizon, but he's another bad bastard in it?
Phenomenal movie, this.
So, we're moving into Daybreakers, folks. Like, general overview. Vampires are running out of human blood, and Ethan Hawke has 30 days to come up with a blood substitute.
Pretty much,
This movie came out in 2009, and I remember going to see this in the cinema and having my world rocked. Like, I loved this movie. And see that cunty placebo cover of running up that hill. Yes, bitch. No, I can't stand placebo. No. But see, when I hear that, bam, 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 I'm like, yes. Like, which says more that I'm like, fuck placebo, except the cover that they did. I mean, because I remember there was a girl we went to school with who used to play placebo all the time, and you would hear her when you walk past her and it'd be like, Brendan Need is better. Like,
terrible band.
But like, I genuinely, I remember going to see this movie in the cinema, and then when it came out on DVD, watching it like all the time. Like this kind of became like a background movie for me.
Yeah.
Like if I had to tidy my room, like Daybreakers was going on in the background, and I don't think I've seen it since I was a teenager. And watching it now, it's weirdly topical. Like
Yeah.
the film is set in 2019, and obviously everybody's a vampire, but all the news outlets are like 10 years on, the epidemic, the bat that started it all. And I'm like, did this movie predict COVID? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Don't, man. We'll just go over that.
I'm still traumatized.
I don't need fucking vampires to ruin it now.
But like, I think, and also just to continue on it being kind of topical, is Sam Neill plays this like almost Bezos-esque character where he is quite he runs the blood center, the human farming thing. Like they farm humans and it looks horrendous, right?
Aye.
But Sam Neill does not give a fuck as long as the money is coming in. Like, Ethan Hawke is in charge of trying to make this blood substitute, but Sam Neill is like, nah, there's always going to be people that will pay the extra for the real stuff and all that. And it's like, it was mad watching this movie because I'm like, God, this movie got a lot weirdly correct for being a vampire movie in 2009 that should not be that deep. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's cool because I've got a note here for Sam Neill about it. Is that he's the corporate Dracula.
Yes.
It's like
Dracula in a suit.
This is probably the first performance where he's like, but we watched anyway, but he's like the bad guy. But there's no hamminess, there's no nothing. Like, he is so cold in this movie.
Oh my God, ice cold. Absolutely ice cold.
Like, there is no emotion or nothing, which is weird for Sam Neill.
Absolutely.
But he plays it great, and he doesn't see this as a problem. It's just like a supply issue.
Yes, yeah.
That we will fix.
Absolutely. And like, if the poorer vampires can't afford it, fuck them kind of thing. And even like at the start of the movie when he talks about his daughter and he's like, I had cancer as a human, and then when I was turned, my daughter saw this is worse than having cancer.
Yeah.
But is like sending people out to hunt for his daughter, then turns his daughter into a vampire against her will. Then when she becomes a mutated vampire, sends her out into the sun. And it's like, what the fuck, Sam Neill? But again, even though he is ice cold in this movie, I don't know if I've accidentally made a vampire pun twice there, but fuck it, we'll just say that I have, right? Even though he is so cold in this movie, there's still a weird, charming glint in his eye where you know he's just having a buzz. Do you know what I mean?
He has been good in like the movies he's been in. There's been some cast.
Totally.
I mean, Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, are like fucking two of the best actors you'll get.
100%.
And you can just tell they all I hope they did. They all just love making this.
Totally.
It's not a movie that it's not going to win you awards.
No,
you're not going to be like fucking honoured with anything. But it's just a fucking thrilling movie.
Yeah, it's a. I think the premise of this movie is really cool. Like, the whole world is vampires. You're running out of humans, and it's how vampires of like. They still maintain a normal life. Do you know what I mean? Like, they keep the economy running. Like, yada, yada. It's a really interesting premise. And big up Ethan Hawke, legend, icon and star, for having it in his contract that he has to smoke in every scene he's in.
He's chuffing away, man.
Oh my God. Do you know that? Again, I will never Google if this is a real fact or whether it's something shite that Lee's told me and I've just bought into, because it is so funny, especially when you watch this movie, because every time Ethan Hawke's on scene, he's sparking up or he's halfway through a snout, and I'm just like, that's my guy. That is my guy right there.
I meant to ask you, I'll ask you the new fuck it question time.
Oh, Christ.
Do vampires worry about smoking?
I mean,
because
I would suppose not, because you live forever, and I don't know. I think your only real problem as a vampire is like, the sun and like holy water.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean is like, because you don't see in this movie vampires heal. Do you? Is there something I missed?
No. But I know what you mean. Ethan Hawke doesn't heal because he's like a vegetarian vampire. He doesn't drink human blood.
Pig blood.
Yeah. I like that's a beautiful contrast between Sam Neill and Ethan Hawke, because Sam Neill relishes being a vampire. He fucking loves it. Whereas Ethan Hawke is like, no, immortality is a burden.
I mean, don't get me wrong, talk about chuffing. I mean, fucking Sam Neill's putting away the cigars and all.
100%.
He's got the stogies every other scene.
2009, what a great time.
But I always wondered that, like, in this movie especially, is that if they do get, like, risks associated with smoking, like cancer, like emphysema or something, do they just live forever? Be like, emphysema, be like, fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck, my COPD's playing up today, boys.
How long you had COPD for? 500 years.
I mean, listen, I can fuck with it, but yeah, I've never heard of a vampire getting cancer, but why not? Do you know what I mean? Why not? Because is that not the... I mean, see, to be honest, I was actually talking about this with one of my pals this week of, like, you know, like the vampire lore and how, like, not all vampires follow the same lore kind of thing. And it's like, there's certain ones where it's like, when you're turned, you're frozen in time from when you are turned. But I don't know what goes on, because there's been vampire movies where it's like, why have you aged 50 years in 3 movies? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That was just a wee daft thing I thought of.
No, huge fan.
Right, back to the movie.
Aye.
What I love about this is the world building is phenomenal.
Oh my God, yes. See the bit, what I love as well, see the effects in this movie. There's the part where they're waiting in the subway after having their blood coffee.
Yeah.
And it's like the train runs by and puts the lights out, but all you can see is like the yellow of their eyes. And it's so cool. And when you get to the really like fucked up looking vampires, most of it's practical. Do you know what I mean? It looks great.
Yeah, they kind of turn it to like more Nosferatu types, don't they?
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Like that first scene when I suppose that is the first time you see the turned vampires, when he's just ready to walk out the door. Like, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, man, 100%. And I think it holds up, though, because I forgot it was coming, and then that kind of Nosferatu face popped up, and I was like, oh! Like, but I totally get you about the world building. It's like how vampires have adapted to the kind of modern world design. Like, they've got the subwalk where, like, if you need to be out during the day, you're fine, you're covered. Because I was wondering that, like, Ethan Hawke goes for a nap in this movie, and I'm like, why are you napping? Vampires don't need sleep.
Yeah.
Well, some of them do, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm like, you.
A slumber.
I said, a slumber. Blah blah blah. Was it not super slumber? But like, if there's a subwalk that is for vampires to go for a toddle during the day, and Willem Dafoe drives during the day because there's no cops and blah blah blah, like when he was a vampire.
Yeah.
Why are you napping? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I wonder if that's just like a human aspect that like carried over.
What, just like, oh, I fancy a wee kip?
Yeah, just something to do, because you're being up 24/7. What else is there to do?
Yeah, that's true. But I also love that like all the vampires like have jobs. And like even like the teenage loiterer vampires, they're all like 10 years old, but obviously they're not. They're like 18, 20, and they're all just hanging about the bus stop, because there's that like one shot of the lassie that looks about 9 smoking a snout.
Yeah.
What the fuck was going on in 2009, man? I'm telling you, Marlboro sponsored this movie. Like
that would really piss me off. Imagine gaining immortality. You don't get a pension. You need to work forever.
Yeah.
That is more terrifying than fucking anything else. I would rather die.
I suppose what vampires taking a sick day for? Oh, I accidentally drank some holy water. That's me off for 48 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like,
imagine that, you're stuck in a shit job. Like, immortality will sort me. Like, no, you need money to buy shit.
Oh,
fuck off.
God. No, don't. I don't want my job for immortality.
But even taking away from like the lifestyle of the world building, see the aesthetics of this is just like very, like, they done that beautiful thing where they had that filter over everything.
Yeah, everything in 2009 was blue. Yeah. Everything was blue tinged.
But it's like even everything was like very clean, like very cold, very surgical.
Yes.
Which kind of suits vampires. They've always been kind of, you either have like the extravagant ones, like flamboyant, or you have this. There's no in between.
I think this as well is coming off of like, I mean, you're coming off Blade and all that kind of stuff, where it's like the new metal cinema, if you will.
Yeah.
So like, having everything that kind of metal and cold kind of comes off the back of that. It works though, do you know what I mean? I'm totally with you. Just to get back to Sam Neill, as a vampire, he is delicious. But also, like, his demise as a vampire is fucking great. Like, we've watched him basically be like, fuck the poor. Like, I'm going to drink all the blood, leave me be. We've just seen him get his own daughter murdered. Well, not, I don't know. But does that count as murder?
I assume it would be,
Yeah. And then, plot twist, turns out vampires can be cured. And if you bite a cured vampire, you are then cured of vampirism. So, like, Sam Neill bites Ethan Hawke and then is like, oh no. And that was the first thing you said. You were like, oh fuck, that'll be his cancer back in. Because obviously he's human now. They send him down in a lift taped to a chair and he realizes, fuck, I've starved hundreds of thousands of vampires and I am now human. And his demise is stunning. He gets ripped to shreds. Yeah. It's the guy that picks up his head and he's like still blinking. Do you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
Like, it's so grim. But like, nah, I think Daybreakers gets a shit rep. I actually think it's a good movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The only bit is it's the third act. It's too actiony, running gunny.
Yeah.
For my liking.
No, I get you. I'd have been quite happy just like staying in the world of, because I mean. The Chrysler product placement in this movie is insane, but even it's just interesting seeing like the evolution of vampires of like we can drive now and there's like a mode on your car that's like day mode and all this kind of stuff. So like I think this movie is fine if you want to stick it on every so often. Do you know what I mean? Like every couple of years, be like, oh, remember Daybreakers, and you just whack it on. Ethan Hawke's always great. Sam Neill's always great. Willem Dafoe's always great. He plays this kind of weird Southern Elvis impersonator, but Willem Dafoe with a Southern accent. But it's like if a Southern guy had only been to Texas one time but stayed in New York for the rest of his life. Do you know what I mean?
Willem Dafoe's he's just going to do him.
Yeah, like, totally.
I don't imagine you could ever, like, Willem Dafoe comes out of your movie set and does something, you can't tell him no.
No, 100%, 100%.
Like, what director would be stupid enough? Like, you've got the guy, let him do what he does.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I feel that's what with this movie is. You've got guys who, like, they know what they're about. I mean, Sam Neill's obviously, this is 50s now.
Yeah, this is late stage career
so
Sam Neill.
He knows what the fuck he wants to do. He's settled into his acting style and that now.
I say late stage, this was 2009. He was still making movies in like 2019 and all that.
He's got movies coming out.
Yeah.
Obviously, it'll be released posthumously now, but like this is probably he's had like obviously the big moments, but his career's always been like big moments and no dips, but it's like he'll do smaller things, then like he'll have big moments again, like Peaky Blinders and that. But
yes.
Then I do know he kind of went back to like Australia, New Zealand and that, and like he was really making a lot of cinema there.
Yeah,
which is really cool that he's still going to do that.
He was one of those guys, like when he had money, punted it back into New Zealand and Australian cinema. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, this movie is an Australian production, and everybody in this movie except Ethan Hawke and Willem Dafoe is Australian or New Zealand. Do you know what I mean? Like, so like he was. I think he was a really giving guy, and it's like the same way like. De Niro made shite movies to fund his acting school at his production company. I feel like Sam Neill would just make a couple of movies to be like, right, cool, I'll go and produce this movie. There's a movie that's out and a couple of girls recommended it to us, and it's Sam Neill and the wee guy from Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll look it up. But
the Wilder People or
something like that. Hunt of the Wilder People, it's called. That's it. And apparently it's really funny and really good. And that wee boy, I say wee boy, he must be a man now, do you know what I mean? Or at least late stage teenager, do you know what I mean? But like he put out this like beautiful tribute to Sam Neill and all that, and it was lovely, do you know what I mean? So, but apparently that movie is like really funny, but also you will cry like a bitch. So we will watch it because I fancy it.
We'll be on a mad run this week. As I said, we had Troy ready. Then it's like, fuck, let's just cram every Sam Neill movie we can watch. Like, we've watched at least one or two Sam Neill movies every day.
100%. I know, because we started like Widow's Bay and all that, and we were like, oh yeah, we can finish that. And then Sam Neill died, and we were like, we can't do anything else.
Plans have changed.
So I feel like if Sam Neill was a mastermind round, we'd be all right the night.
Hopefully,
aye. Any closing thoughts on the bold Sam Neill?
he was a guy that was comfortable with his own acting, and any role in that, I don't think he was too precious about what he picked.
No.
So, like, that's the type of actor you want. Is like, I think he took his craft serious, but not that too serious. As he got older, he was like, this should be fun as well.
Yeah, like, you should enjoy your job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm the same as you. And all of it was during COVID when he was putting up videos of him like hugging ducks and like going for walks and stuff. And there was like an interview with him and he was like, yeah, I've kind of accidentally found myself in the cheering up business and I don't know how I did it. And it's like, he just seemed like such a lovely guy. Yeah. And again, I feel like Sam Neill is one of those actors that you grew up watching and, you know, they were always like, oh, that old guy, Sam Neill. But then when you really, this has kind of given us an opportunity to dive backwards in his career, because there's a lot of Sam Neill movies that we hadn't seen, and it's just like watching the variety of performances he puts in. Obviously today's mostly just focused on the horror editions, but the variety of performances that he put in across the range of his career, whether you think the movies are good or bad, he was always great. And I've got his audiobook ready to download nice. So that I can like listen. He like reads it and all that. But like there's a whole chapter apparently on just how he's like, women are just better. Like, if they're better co-stars, they're better politicians, blah, blah, blah. I just love women, and I'm like, okay, Sam Neill, you're great. It's that old phrase of you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Do you know what I mean? And you always thought that Sam Neill was just going to be cutting about, just making pish, because he just got over his cancer diagnosis and was coming back to cinema. Do you know what I mean? And everyone was getting really excited of like, oh, what's Sam Neill's next movie going to be? So like, it's a bittersweet one, do you know what I mean? Of like, pour one out for an absolute grafter, and he might need to go second to Bill Pullman on the grafter list. Oh no,
I think he overtakes Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Gary Oldman then him.
Yeah.
Like that.
Wait, Gary Oldman then Sam Neill?
Grafter. Oldman 1, Neill 2.
And then Pullman 3, right? Fair enough.
There's kind of a loss of that actor now where it's like, as soon as you see them in a movie, like, fuck, that's Sam Neill.
Yep.
Like, he is one of those, that guys, but in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he's always a supporting role, but like, even when he's supporting role maybe sounds a bit like I'm playing down his career, but like, he is one of those guys that when he's in something you're like, all right, cool. Like, he plays well with others. Do you know what I mean?
Like, if he's your lead in a movie, everybody's better off for it.
Absolutely.
Like, even supporting that, like, I think he just helps actors get better.
Absolutely.
Like, every scene in that, like, they will not have a bad scene with him.
And he seems, we never even spoke about Dead Cam with Billy Zane and Nicole Kidman, do you know what I mean? But it's like there's so many movies that we could have spoke about, but we were like, this episode cannot be 4 hours long, do you know what I mean?
You could do every fucking decade of his career, and there's going to be movies that, like, fuck's sake, that is a belter.
100%. So, pour one out for Sam Neill. You will be missed.
Yes.
Especially by Final Girls Club. I wish we had more tattoos, mate. Anyway, guys, this has been our tribute to Sam Neill. We've not slagged him too much, I hope. And again, if I get kicked out of movie group for you slagging Event Horizon, you're getting slagged.
Look, I don't hate. I don't like the director and what he done, but I like everything else in it.
Fair enough. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, and we will be doing Troy.
Yeah, I'll be Troy.
And hopefully we'll have seen the Odyssey by the time so that we can kind of start meshing in bits. But guys, when I tell you I am fucking buzzing to watch Troy and talk about Troy, Patroclus. Anyway, pour one out for Sam Neill, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.